Call us on your cell phone. Culinary Hotline Bling. That can only mean
And it can only mean one thing. You know what it is. 0214309881. It's time for the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. We got Lawrence Swan and Anel Potgieter here in the kitchen, ready to take on all of your culinary conundrums. Thank you so much for joining us, panel. Are you guys doing good?
Very good, and you?
And all the ponytails are looking ever so fresh. You need to work on yours, Lawrence. Get with the game.
Always.
Get with the game. All right, so we'll be holding on for those calls. But first up, let's take a question that came through from Sanet van Niekerk, who asked us on Facebook and said, morning, guys.
Morning, Sunny.
Kom nou.
Yes.
How can I get the cakes that I bake to be soft, moist, and juicy? Not dry. We don't like dry cakes.
The eerste ding is don't overbake it. That's number one. And the other thing is, it's the dry ingredients that sucked up the juices as well. So make sure your dry ingredients is room temperature and it's properly measured.
Okay.
Anders verander net die resep asseblief. So gaan
the
na
thing.
Expresso website en kry een van Zola's fabulous recepte.
Absolutely, because when it comes to baking, you've got to be very particular about the measurements, right? Baking is a science, as Zola has told me many times.
You're right, it is, and I would go even further with the room temperature thing. I would have all your ingredients room temperature, even your wet ingredients as well.
Why does that make a difference?
Just because everything amalgamates better, if I can say the word.
Yes.
It cooks more evenly, and like you said, the dry ingredients won't draw all the moisture out of the wet one.
Is that an example of a perfectly baked, moist, juicy cake?
I hope so. I haven't tasted it.
How do you taste whether...
Nee, nie met so groot dinge.
Well, you want a nice
Met so
sponge,
groot ding, excuse my.
a nice spring back.
So just so when you
touch it lightly, it
jumps
should-
back,
Precisely.
your cake is good.
Yeah, and a little bit away from the sides.
Well, how about you show us the cake then,
Ek wil
Anel?
dit nou probeer oopkry.
No, daar sê nou maak hom oop.
Why
Terwyl
can't
you
I-
do that, I love how I just
can't
mix
I
those
open
two
up?
things like in English. Terwyl you do that.
Sorry, man. Okay,
Let's
there
quickly
we go.
take this. Okay, there we go. Here comes our cake. Here comes the cake.
Oh,
There we go. There we go.
Voila.
You're placing the wrong thing on the cake.
You can take it back.
Not even that.
Ek probeer.
There we go. I tell you what, terwyl you do that, let me quickly ask the next question that came through from Ritumetsi Ramathodi on Facebook, who said the following. Now, it's Wednesday, and my baby is turning 3 years old. Happy birthday to your baby. I want to bake her a cake. What do I mix with caster sugar to make the fondant icing?
Oh, no caster sugar, please.
Caster sugar.
No,
Lawrence,
avoid
you
it.
can take it further.
Of course, well, you want powdered sugar, you want icing sugar. Caster sugar's too grainy, it's not fine enough. So you want icing sugar, and we're going to use some marshmallows today.
Okay.
A nice marshmallow fondant, which essentially is marshmallows and butter,
Yeah?
just melted. You can do that in the microwave.
Okay.
Mix it.
Marshmallows and butter, okay.
Warm it down until it's completely melted,
Yes.
as you can see there. And then you have your icing sugar ready, and you just fold that in really gently.
Okay,
'Cause
show us how.
You'll see if you do it too quickly, you'll be covered in it. And, and you're not icing yourself, you're icing the cake, of course. So straight in.
Cool. So you get it in there and then you just fold it in
Yeah,
nicely.
nice and slow.
And the folding technique, what difference does that make other than getting it all over yourself?
Yeah, I suppose you're not over mixing it, and you want to avoid that. So you use a spatula, not a whisk. It might seem like there's too much icing sugar to the marshmallow butter mixture, but it gets there.
Okay,
in
so I'm
the
going to
end.
let you do that, and when
is
you're
the-
done, can we'll see how we're going to use
Yeah.
this in the kitchen very shortly. But in the meantime, our lines are open. 0214309881. We'll be back with the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. So as you can see, things are really real here in the kitchen. Lawrence is still working on that fondant icing, and we've got our lines still open on 0214309881 for the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. And so wait, after you've made that fondant icing, what do? You just roll it out, and that's when you place it over your cake, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You roll it out, you need lots of
All right. I'm not even going to ask you to do that. Let's go to the next question that was put through by Peter McPhee on Facebook, who said, what sauce would you put a spin on if you were making Cajun spiced calamari tubes? Wow, we were.
And this one is so delicious. So it's so easy. There's a bit of soya sauce that you just put over your calamari. You put some fresh ginger in it.
Yes.
Fresh sliced ginger.
There was water in the calamari right now. Why?
I think it was just a bit of defrosted.
All right.
Okay.
So you can actually mix that along
Yeah,
with it
you
because
can-
it's part of the flavor.
Yeah, with the ingredient. And then a bit of chilies and garlic. And you mix this also with a bit of coriander for freshness. It's really an Asian thing. En dan laat jy dit net marineer. Let me just give this a little bit of a stir. You
You
marinate
just
it.
did it marineer, Lawrence.
Ach, jammer,
Let it
sorry man.
marineer,
Ek is,
okay?
I'll guess at that one.
Sorry, man.
Marinade.
There we go.
ek is getroud met 'n Ier, so ek is so tussen Engels en Afrikaans. Jy weet mos nou maar oor.
Lawrence.
Okay, so you marinate it for about an hour and then you just fry it beautifully and serve it.
Do you blitz fry it very quickly because you
Ja.
can't have your
Jy kan calamari nie lank vra nie, anders gaan dit rubberig raak. So dis
Alright.
net dan maar proe 'n bietjie daaraan. Kyk,
Okay,
dit
goed.
is
Ek
baie
gaan 'n
lekker.
stukkie vat. Would you like to taste one, Leon?
Ja, there you go.
Oh,
Thank you.
get in there.
Yes. Bring it on.
Ooh,
Beautiful.
how delicious is that good? We've got Danielle on the line. Good morning, Danielle.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, and you?
Yeah, I'm so good,
Hi,
thank you.
Danielle.
No, Lawrence also here. What is your culinary conundrum?
I want to know if you like baking a cake or something, if they say add normal sunflower oil, if you can substitute it with like coconut oil or olive oil or something.
Brilliant.
Before she goes, isn't this, that voice is familiar. I'm sure this is my brother's daughter. Danielle, is it you?
Yeah.
How to call your auntie and put her on the spot. Thanks, Danielle.
I'm going to get Lawrence answer that.
Of course, you can substitute it for other types of oil. That's not a problem at all. Again, it's giving that nice shine as well as adding less butter,
Yes.
which obviously makes it slightly healthier. But if olive oil is always a good one, if you're in Mediterranean Europe, for instance, they would insist on olive oil.
Yeah.
If you're in the US, it would be a vegetable oil or a sunflower oil. So.
And Danielle, I've got some coconut oil at home. You can come and fetch some as well.
And of course, that would obviously change the flavor profile a little
Yes,
bit.
it
So
would.
one carrot cake might not taste the same as another.
No, and the colour as well. So an olive oil would give you a much more sort of amber-looking sponge, whereas a veg oil would be very neutral colour.
Okay, fantastic. We'll be back again taking on more questions. And Danielle, you're welcome to ask more questions, so yeah, hold the line. But 0214309881, we'll be back with the Culinary Hotline Bling! Ting, ting, ting!
Uitgevang, Danielle, vanochtend. Lekker, man. Listen, we're going to continue with that culinary hotline in just a bit. Give us a call. 0214309881 is that magic number to call.
Or then major beef at the BETs. We're going to take a look at some of the highs and lows of the BET Awards after the break. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. It's my feel-good breakfast show. Call us on your cell phone. Culinary Hotline Bling. That can only
mean one thing. It is time for the Culinary Hotline Bling! Ting, ting, ting! Yes, that was beautiful. 0214309881.
Let me break the TV screen.
Sorry, if we cracked your screen. All right, we're taking your questions on the line and also the ones that you've sent us. And last time, well, just before the break, I was going to ask her what Gerrit Koch wanted to know about. Looking for a really good pretzel recipe. I've never even thought of making pretzels at home.
Very easy.
Yeah?
Equal amounts of bread flour and cake flour, some water, butter, sugar, and some yeast. And just put that in a mixer, like a KitchenAid with a dough hook, and just let that work for about 10 minutes, and then let it rest.
If you don't have one of those fancy mixers, can you just kind
Do
of...
it by hand.
Just
Hands are the best
Yeah.
tools in the kitchen.
And is it one of those where once the ingredients have mixed, stop?
Yes.
Stop mixing.
Don't overmix it too much. You want to activate the yeast, so you need a little bit of kneading, but you're not making bread. And then let it rest.
Okay.
So everything relaxes.
So equal
So
parts,
then-
cake flour, bread flour, sugar, yeast, butter.
Exactly.
Boom.
And then
water.
you'll have a beautiful dough. And one thing you're going to do to make the pretzel shape, you
Yeah.
need a bit of flour, just so it doesn't stick. Take a pinch,
Yeah?
roll it out.
Okie
I can
dokie.
do this quickly.
Come on, Lawrence.
Get in
Come
there,
on.
Lawrence.
Come on, Lawrence. Roll, roll, roll.
There we go. There we go. There we got the roll on. Got the roll on. How long does it need to be?
Well,
Oh, it is
fairly
a
long.
pretzel, eh? So
you know,
it's
it all
gotta be
depends
quite
what
long.
size. These are quite large. I might
Yes.
not get that big.
Would you recommend, while you're letting it rest, covering it up so it doesn't get dry?
Yeah, you would. I would. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But
Okay.
the lights are hot in here, which you don't usually have these sort of lights
Okay,
at home.
alright.
So a nice shape.
Yeah.
Fold it into a horseshoe. Twist it over. Give it a stretch. Over again. And then you pin these ends
Yeah?
down onto the top. That's not a great one. Turn it over. But as you'll see, as they cook and rise, you'll get that beautiful
They'll
shape.
kind of blossom out of that beautiful
The gist
shape.
of it there.
Okay, good stuff. We had a call from Elizabeth all the way in Joburg who said she wants to know how to not make her pancakes oily and shiny. I didn't even realize that's possible, but anyway, how?
I use a bit of oil in my batter. That's the first thing I do. And then the first pancake is always a flop. So you put some oil in your pan. But then after the second pancake, you don't have to put oil in the pan anymore. So you don't have to put oil in every time. Another thing that I do, take a bit of kitchen towel and I just add a bit of oil on top of it, and then you just smear your pan every time instead of putting oil in the pan.
Okay.
And it's shiny because it's oily.
Yeah. And I guess it's also about maybe finding that perfect temperature for your particular pan so that you don't always have to have this extra lubricant that keeps it from sticking, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. And at the same time, if you've got a really good non-stick pan, sometimes you just get a piece of kitchen paper and instead of pouring oil into it, like you were saying,
just rub it on.
just rub it on.
Yeah.
And
All right.
You shouldn't get too much oil.
Simple as that, Elizabeth. I hope that certainly did help you. And we'll be back with another segment of our Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I can't believe you guys just skipped past the Migos Joe Budden fight, but okay, that was the BETs. Let's get on to a call right now. Oh, Mandy, and you came and you gave without taking. Hi, Mandy.
Hi, Kitleger.
So good to have you on the line.
Hi, Lawrence. En goeiemôre Anel.
Hello.
Mandy, what is your culinary conundrum?
I've been gifted with a Springbok sirloin,
Oh, yes.
and I'm a little bit of a meat Philistine, and I don't want to mess it up.
A meat Philistine.
Interesting way of putting it.
I love it.
Well, you've got a good recipe now, haven't you, for a Springbok?
Sorry, what was the question? Yeah.
I'm looking for a marinade for a Springbok sirloin.
All right, a marinade for a Springbok sirloin. Just take us through it, yeah?
We actually had it prepared this morning, or was going to discuss it this morning.
Yeah, well,
actually.
let's go right ahead.
So what
Is
I
it
will do-
available?
What I like is to keep it very simple. So I take lemon juice, olive oil, a little bit of vinegar, salt, pepper, and ground coriander seeds in it. And then I marinate the sirloin or the Springbok fillet in it. And dan gaan I braai toe.
Okay. And how long do you marinate it for?
At least for about an hour to 2 hours. You
Okay.
know, it's like a red meat, so the longer the better. Actually, even oornag doen, you know.
Excellent.
Oornag
All right.
doen, yeah.
Can we in 30 seconds explain how to make sago pudding?
Yes.
30 seconds, go.
You've got sago that's been wat geweek is. You
Yes.
add that to boiling milk, né?
Uh-huh.
You add some cinnamon and sugar and you let it cook till it's a certain
Righto.
place. Then it looks like this after 20 minutes.
Okay.
You then put this into a little ramekin. Add some egg over it.
Uh-huh.
I'll first put some butter and cinnamon on it.
Yes?
Put some egg over it. Then you put it in the oven, 180 degrees, and bake it, and it's delicious and yummy. And you just serve it with a spoon, with nothing else.
And that's how you explain sago pudding in 30 seconds. A la Anel Potgieter. That was amazing. Okay, we'll see you after the break. Thank you very much for joining us for the Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing, ting, ting!